back to the shows with Big Boss Crypto, bringing on a day trading analysis on Bitcoin and on Chainlink. Today we're going to take a look at how it was possible that we foresaw a move to the downside as we saw this double top forming at the end of the last week. We have seen a drop down, we have seen a retrace, and what comes next? Well, let's look at the charts. New to this channel, I always draw out the market maker structure, and I'm gonna repeat it to you all again. This is what the market maker structure looks like. 3 hits to the high, double top formation, and then reversal in 3 hits, where we for a W bottom and the process repeats again. So as you can see, we have formed this structure already, and we have moved to the downside as well. Let me remove this for you so it's clearer, so I can show you where we are. Because as you can see, we formed this double top formation. We have seen the first drop down, and we are currently in our second drop down. And here is a possible profit target before we head to our third and final leg down. We are seeing somewhat of how do you say it, a wick here on the 1 hour time frame, which could indicate that we are gonna form somewhat of a reversal to the upside, and then we're gonna bounce down to this area at 15.8k, where we do have a volume candle that hasn't been filled yet. We also have one to the upside at 16.3, which also is a possible reversal point before we head lower. I suggest to you that you take a look on the weekly time frame as well on Bitcoin, because there is where we have an unfilled volume candle at 14.8k, which hasn't been filled yet. And as you know, this week is the monthly close as well. So one possible scenario is that we move to the downside and recover this volume candle on the weekly time frame at 14.8. and that we end this month with a huge red volume candle and prepare moves to the downside. If you take a look at this week's news events, we have a lot of them actually. We have the CPI numbers coming out on Wednesday, or the estimated numbers. We have the non-farm employment change, we have the job openings, and we have the almighty Jerome Powell speaking on Wednesday as well. Then we have the core PCE on Thursday, and on Friday we have the non-farm employment change and the unemployment rate in the US. So a huge week in my opinion, and I think this week will dictate how the market will look like for the next coming 3 months. And as you know, something that isn't mentioned as a news event here, China has a rough period right now. They are experiencing some riots actually, as far as I've seen, and that's not common to China, because as you know, they are very strict and the police is pretty brutal there in China, and riots aren't common there. So crazy things might go down in China. So that could move the markets, especially the stock market, which hasn't tanked yet, and it's a possibility that China will seek safety, the Chinese markets will seek safety in the dollar. And if the dollar moves higher, well, then assets like Bitcoin, crypto, and stocks will move down. If we take a look at the liquidation map, we do have a lot of liquidation points residing, first of all at 14.8k, which is where the volume candle resides, but we also have a lot of liquidation points at 14k. So a lot of people went long around 15k, and they will get liquidated at 14k roughly. Also, we have to keep in mind that we have liquidation points to the upside, especially around the 16.6k area, where a lot of money is residing. I would say roughly $1 billion is residing in this area, and that will liquidate a lot of shorts that came in late. So that's a possible reversal by the next coming days, actually, that we see this reversal going up to this area, and then when Jerome Powell speaks, market moves down. Or if China progresses to riot, then we could move all the way to 14k, and that is something I'm looking at. My general outlook on Bitcoin is something like this. I built my shorts, well, if I'm going to be personal here, I built my shorts in this zone, which I talked about in my last video on Friday, that we could top out in this area and build some quick shorts. And actually we dropped down on yesterday during the Sunday weekly close, and we can see that we are moving to the downside, but I think that we have more down to go, and I'm looking especially at the 40k area. If you are also interested in shorts, wait until we recover some of these volume candles in this area. We could go all the way up to 16.5 and 16.6, and that is where a lot of liquidations will take place. And I think the market maker sees this as a quick opportunity to move price up, $500 basically, which is nothing in the market maker's pocket. He will move price possibly all the way up here before reversing quickly on Tuesday and Wednesday, and we can see a 15k Bitcoin and possibly even a 14k Bitcoin. Quick look at Chainlink, then I can see that we are also moving quickly to the downside, as Bitcoin also is moving to the downside. I'm currently looking at a scenario like this because we have an unfilled volume candle at $7 or even up to $7.1. So I'm possibly looking at going short in this area at around $7, build my shorts. And as you know, what I mean with build shorts is one order here, one order here, and one order here. It all depends on your strategy, but I do it in threes, and I divide. Let's say I have $100 I want to risk. $100. I divide that in three. Well, this isn't a good example, but $33 on each order here. And when they are filled, I wait until it reverses and take my profits as these how do I say it, waves continue. And possible W bottom scenario, local W bottom scenario is around $5.6 because that is where we have an unfilled volume candle residing. So I'm gonna summarize this video with the Nasdaq chart. And why do I do that? Well, the crypto market depends on this going up if we want to see Bitcoin going up and crypto in general. If Nasdaq and the S&P 500 is moving down, it correlates that Bitcoin will move down as well. And what I'm really scared of is this volume candle right here, which hasn't been filled yet. Look how much money is residing in this area for the stock market. And if it goes down to this area, it's not good for Bitcoin. And that is why I think that we will move down to 14k per Bitcoin during this week. Because, I mean, not financial advice. None of this is financial advice on this channel. It's all for entertainment and educational purpose only. But what does this look like? I'm not gonna answer that question. But what does it look like? I'm gonna stop it right here at 11.5k. And you will have to make your own decision what this structure is and what these volume candles represent. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something, and I hope you have something to think about. See you soon. Big Boss out.